Oh, you. Hey guys, it's Will coming at you at the beginning of this video. Recording this after the fact because I forgot to do an intro video, but here we are. This video. We're going to be talking about 3D printing as a commission and as a job. So we're going to take a look at the process of me doing this print job, and at the end, I'll talk a little 2-second blurb about what I thought, what I saw, what I did, and how I'm going to do it in the future. So come along and take a quick look at this. If you guys want more information about how to go about this, what it was like in depth, let me know down below. I'll talk about it. But we will see you guys in the intro at the beginning / the parts of this video. Hey guys, it's Will here coming at you in between this part of the video. As you can see, I kind of look disheveled. It's morning, first day of this printing commission. So we're going to go start up the printers here. I'm going to eat some breakfast first, and then we're going to start our project. And with that, get the first batch done. I'm aiming to do the leader and jump infantry, best way I can call it today. Hopefully we should do it. We're going to be trying some new resin today, and I'll talk to you guys about it once we get to the actual pouring steps. Hey guys, we are here. This is the weekend just passed. We just finished building / printing these boyos. You might not be able to see them quite clearly. When I get all of it done, we'll do a nice actual lit up video, but we'll get to the second part here where we're now printing a base. So here you go guys. We're here with the resin. So this is just a little piece of it. This is the Eco Gray from Anycubic. As you can see, I had a printing error. I think my printer's USB might be crapping out because it's having issues where just like little vibrations is causing the USB, if I don't place it correctly, like really jam it in, it reads it as not being in and it just completely stops the printing. There's no way I can just, continue if I plug it back in. Luckily enough though, I got it right when I was just doing the base layers. But as you can see here, it is very flexible. Like way more flexible. It will crack, but it is very flex. Almost like a guitar pick resistance. And yeah, there's no smell to this whatsoever. If there's any, it's very little. And yeah, so we're gonna go continue this. We're trying again round 2. We'll show you some more pictures in more video as the model gets more into the printing, but it's going to be a while, so we'll see you guys later on in this video. Enjoy some more B-roll. Will here coming up with the nearing the end of this video. The weekend day 2. I'm having a bit of a headache from working in fumes a bit. So I'm currently right now taking a break from printing. I currently have the Dreadnought part 1 here. It came out well. I've had an issue where I ran out of printing some things and I accidentally deleted a file for the third part of the Dreadnought. So I'm currently letting the place air out. Even if you do buy eco-friendly resin, which is low fumes, it is still it's still a toxic over time, especially if you're in an enclosed area. With how the weather was today, unfortunately we had to have the windows closed. Though I do have fans going, air purifiers, every few minutes because of, again, the weather and stuff here. I can't really have electricity running a lot. So I'm currently in a different room. I have the other place shut down. It's airing out. I'm by an open window, so there's fresh air. So I'm just kind of, curing myself from that. Gonna give myself a good hour and so away from there. Also, I'll let the printers cool down. But we're gonna go fix this file, and once it's fixed, I'm going to finish the last print here, and then when I'm done with that printing and it's all cured and primed, we'll come in with you at the end of this video where I have the models all primed and put out, and we can talk about my views on this and if printing for commission is right for you. Okay, we'll see you guys there. Hopefully I'm not dead. Hey guys, it's Will coming at you with a quick update. It's dark, I know, and I just had one after you saw this, but I just had to let you guys know. We're basically done, but freaking it's like 1 a.m. and I got to that last piece of that dreadnought I had to do. I don't know what the hell happened, but man, that thing was a pain. It exploded on me when I tried to freaking take it off the build plate. So man, I'm just happy that the print's gonna be over by tomorrow. So yeah, by the time after this, you'll see it done. I'm just done with this, though. I'm still positive. Again, we'll talk to it when I'm just letting you updated. I'm mad. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I'm not dead, but yeah. Hey guys, it's Will here coming at you at the end of the video. So here we have it. This is the army that I just finished commissioning, 3D printing. Hey guys, so Will back here again. It's finally over. I am alive, as you can see, but I've done the commission work. So just kind of want to get into that before my camera dies here. So that's what I'm looking at the battery. Anyways, so personal experience with this, 3D printing can be a great thing. It definitely helps the hobby. There's certain models out there that you might not be able to get anymore, or people make fan-made things or skins. Basically, we can get loot box skins for our miniature games nowadays. I've done it before with my, as you see my review on the LAATE, whatever it's called, the Star Wars ship for the clones in the Empire. How I printed some repelling clones, what have you. But now I've tried it more in a series. Following a Miniac video I've seen where he tries commission painting for money to see how that works. I did this for a job for 3D printing. If I have the 3D printer, and it's going to sit there for a while, might as well make some money off of it. I'm not going to make it a huge thing, so I'm not going to have a lot of printers and stuff. This is going to be like the largest job I will offer from time to time, but we're going to let the 3D printer rest. So what advice can I give to somebody who wants to look into this? So yes, know your pricing, know your value of your time, your resources and stuff. Where I live, pricing for resins parts are getting lower again, so we're in a good spot right now, so you can do pretty decently. Since this is my first intro into doing it as a commission, a paid print, I started lower, but doing the math, my time, how much resin I've used, using a 500 gram, basically I think about like 50 milliliters, or like was like half a liter or something like that. Yeah, it's like half a liter of resin. It's going to be a cost about $80 where I live. So know your value. Don't be afraid to take a little bit, especially if you're trying to get into this as a serious job. Definitely, try a little bit lower, negotiate stuff. Make sure you have your documents. I wrote a little info guide about how I'm going to be doing things. Not really necessarily a official document of sorts, but it is a document that I can send to someone to be like, hey, this is why I did something, or hey, I have proof. Because I've worked in places where we never had an official policy or a piece of paper that I can like, hey, be like, don't make me tap the sign, that meme. So this is just that. Normally the people in the wargaming community who's going to get you printing, they're pretty chill dudes. They just want their models. So as long as you're very open with them, keep in contact, they'll be happy, which leads into the next part is open communication. Doing this printing, the guy was actually very fortunate to make a nice list. He went through all the files, laid them out, what he needs, how many of them you need on there, and I literally just brain dead put them into the slicer which you got to remember, slicing your thing, just like priming your model, is a huge priority of how this is going to come out nicely. So knowing when to add supports, knowing when to remove supports, if you need to smooth the process, sharpen the process. With a bit of practice, usually, especially if these are pre-made models from high-end like miniature makers that 3D print models, you're gonna get just drag and drop printing, which is basically what I did with this. So talking to them, if they don't have that drop down, maybe noting like, hey, it's gonna take me a little bit more to do this. So where was I at again? Oh yeah. So basically being in communication, the guy had it laid out and I basically followed. So yeah, that's really it. If you can get that communication, get that nice layout, they only send you the files that you need, because there's a lot of miniature companies out there that do make they give you a full blast of files to make like 20 different pieces just for a leg, and because they try their best to get away from, you know, being hit by the Games Workshop, you know, fun police. They list them all as such weird names, and their pictures are barely usable for things. Like, they don't have names under those pieces. So knowing like how to read that stuff, you know, doing some practices with your own. Really don't get into this and start doing it. Maybe go a year of printing, like serious printing, maybe a few prints a year that you've done. But besides that, the other thing I can say for this is, especially if there's a lot of other 3D printers around you, especially if they know what they're kind of doing and they just have money that they can dump into it. I'm basically just doing commissions to pay for my hobby, so I'm not too huge concern of it. If it can alleviate some costs, make it maybe I only pay like $5 for resin that month, instead of like, you know, the usual 30, 40 for a large box or container, then I'm doing great. But knowing that and knowing when to say no is great. Your time is your time, and this is your hobby, and you're dealing with harsh chemicals and stuff, which leads, if you haven't seen my video I've done talking about the printer I have, PSA here, wear masks even if you have that eco stuff, unless you're in a very good ventilated with a hood fan over it, or those new Kickstarter things I've seen where it's like a glass container with a fan and filter in it. I'd still recommend, especially if you're doing multi-part stuff, that you wear a mask, like a filter mask. You're always gonna have to wear gloves no matter what until they make a non-toxic resin, or a very little toxic resin where you just wash your hands after. That's that. Though I do find the eco resin, if you are in a small spot and it's not see-through, is a lot quicker. So I guess this is a tip if you want to do this. For speed, the grays, resins, white resins, and eco-friendly print a lot faster and more successful. Translucent resins are going to be they're going to be double the speed because of how the chemicals in them react to the light and stuff more, and they need a little bit more curing than just a solid color because of, you know, see-through stuff and all that. But they do get cool effects if you need to do bubble shields and stuff. But going into that, I think my final view on this is, as you can see some of the videos and photos I might have showing around here while I'm talking at this point, is that it's not something, unless you're willing to go in with a bunch of friends and run multiple printers in your basement or something, it's not going to be a viable option as of now. There's just not like a thing where I can get a vat that's, you know, recyclable or biodegradable, where I just peel the top off. It has like, you know, maybe 200 milliliters in it. I just slot it into my printer, let it go, and then I can just toss it out when I'm done with it. They don't really have that, or a screen that, you know, covers itself when it's done being used, so that way you don't get dust and drip on it. You know, it's not like a printer yet. Though hopefully with what I've seen, it is actually there. It could be done. We could start focusing on it, but we're also at a point too where a lot of people who do 3D print kind of are now in that way. It's like trying to get someone who's been doing Blender for 3D avatars and stuff to go to a like Photoshop or something to do something. Or vice versa, you know, like there's better stuff and we could make it better, but we have our ways of doing it and it works, so might as well just leave it as it is. But besides that, I recommend using Leechy. As my final tips here, use Leechy. It's a great program. paying for its service, especially if you're going to take this seriously, is recommended. Or if you can find other service slicers out there that work for you, that's free, that has all these features, it's great. But Litchi, I find, is the better one that I've seen out of all of them. So I'd recommend doing that. It's only about like, it's your average user Blender program. Pay a year, you can pay like $100 or something like that, or that sort of thing. But that, I think I'll try this again. It was an interesting experience, but I don't think I'm going to constantly be doing it. It's eaten 2 of my weekends, and I'm finally done now, and it's basically I go back to normal life tomorrow, and it sucks that I didn't really do much. I just had to watch the printer. But yeah, so I leave it to you. Do you think you're going to recommend it? Do you want to try it? I say try it once you get into it. If worst case, you just make your money back. But remember, the key things here is your health is more important than the jobs. So wear the appropriate protection for what resins you're using, what printers you're using in your space. Have a clear note of something that you can resort to in case something goes wrong, or pricing that you can agree upon. And 3, communication and that file setup is great. And 4, your time is your time. So yeah. But yeah, so enjoyed some of the photos. I hope you enjoyed some of the videos, and we'll see you guys next time once I do something special celebrating the Apex board games. Also, again, dealing with 3D printing. Or if you want to see more about printing, maybe ask Q&As, I can go a little bit more in depth than this. But yeah, leave messages down below. We will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.